Los Angeles Rams are world champions. A Lombardi trophy for Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Rams are world champions. A Lombardi trophy for Los Angeles.
The Ramilia Sports Report is now live.
What is up, my Ramilia fans of the defending champion Los Angeles Rams? Hold on, let me set this up here. Hope everyone's having a great Monday Nitro Ramilia. Hold on one second. Where did I go? Hold on. There we go. There we go. And let me get my chat going. Hope everyone's having a great Monday. Loading up the kids in the car. They're going to go to grandmama's house. To my granddaughters are going to, grandson are going to go to grandma's house to go swimming, and had to help them load it up and then finishing setting up everything. Hope everyone's having a great Monday. Not a lot of news going on, but there's still rumors about Micah Parsons, and it's really not really. It's not really. What's the word I'm looking for? Real, because it just would cost too much money. I mean, we would love to have them. Basically, that would almost guarantee the next two Super Bowls with the defense like that. But we'd have to give away too many assets. Also, Byron Young, they're talking about giving away a first and a couple of seconds, and then another first in 2027, and then give away Byron Young, your up and coming player. And you can't compare Byron Young to Micah Parsons. He's one of the young greats. But we have to pay Kobe Turner pretty soon. Puka Nakua's contract's coming up. Just it wouldn't make sense. Even though I want that Super Bowl, So I think we're going to get it either way. But yeah. So I keep seeing that, and it's like it's still out there. But I don't think that's real. We made some tough cuts today on the for the 53-man roster. Linebacker Tony Fields was one of them. They waived him and released him, linebacker Tony Fields, and we'll get back into that. More on that in a minute. Hold on. But I'm like looking. I'm like, Chris Paul Jr. better make the damn roster. He better make the damn roster. So, and Matthew Stafford, the good news is the second straight week that Stafford is stacking days. If you saw my community post, Stafford is stacking days for the second straight week in practice. Alaric Jackson is doing well as well. He is going to expected to work out with the team and practice with the team. Full workouts and practice with the team on Monday. So everything is working just as planned. Remember who told you. There's still a possibility that Alaric Jackson, they put him on the IR and he sits out some games but it looks like they've managed the situation. It's not a good thing for him to have blood clots. He's got a blood clot issue. And so anytime you had blood clots and you play a physical position like Alaric Jackson does, Alaric Action Jackson, it's not a good thing at all, even if you're not a professional offensive left tackle. But they've managed it before, and they're managing it again, and everything's going well. We have a lot of depth, but not necessarily at the left tackle position. They don't grow on trees, left tackles. So, but yeah, but everything is right on schedule. Stafford is stacking days. Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua are getting the reps that they need. And now and it's been tough choices. They're whittling down the roster for the 53-man roster, and see who's going to make it to our practice squad, and we'll see, our rival teams who are going to be trying to sniper some of our guys or pick them off. The Niners, the Seahawks, McVay's coaching tree all around the NFL. They rightly so. They trust the eye of Les Snead and Sean McVay for talent. Most likely, they have the tapes too, and so there's some tough calls, there's going to be people that are going to be taking guys off of our practice squad, and so you can't keep everybody, but hopefully it's a tough choice tough choices, and we'll see how it shakes out in the end. And let's get into the chat. Let me bring this to you real quick. Some of the guys that they had to release. There we go. LA Rams roster moves August 24th. Wave, no recall. Tight end, McMullen, Castles. Safety, Malik Dixon Williams. Offensive lineman, Ben Dooley. Defensive tackle, Decarius Hawthorne. Guard, John Leglu. Center, Mike McAllister. Outside linebacker, Josh Percy. Defensive lineman, Dejon Terry. Offensive tackle, Trey Widdig. And QB, the one and only Dresser, shades of Norm Van Brocklin, win. Just kidding. Terminated, vested veteran, all contracts, inside linebacker that we told you earlier, Tony. Let's see. Hold on. What happened? I just lost it. Dresser win. I appreciate Dresser win looked better at the end of the game. Tony Fields, the second. So he looked better at the game, but I tweeted out, Dresser win is giving me early on for the first half. I say early on the first half. Dresser win is giving me Brett Rippon vibes. Oh man. Crazy. Let's get into the chat. Appreciate you guys joining me on this Monday, glorious Monday. Thank you guys. Normally coming on Sundays and Wednesdays, but yesterday we had something to do. We went to the movies, and I wanted to see Nobody 2. And for the third time, we got a chance to go watch. The first time I thought we were going to watch it was it Weapons? And that was a pretty good movie, and it's based on quote unquote. I'd like to know how much of it was true. A true story of some missing children and how what happened. And that movie is a trip, man. I'm just going to tell you that. I'm a little spoiled because I have the AMC app, and it doesn't really. Besides the money it costs me for the monthly app, I don't have to buy a ticket. It's not free, but I can get as many as I want, 4 tickets a week if I want with that app. So because it doesn't cost me out of pocket right there at that movie theater for the tickets. Some movies are like, oh, that was pretty good. I'm glad I saw it. I wouldn't have bought a ticket, but I'm glad I saw it. That's one of those. If you have a day that you want to just come out and it's a horror movie and there's some slightly grotesque scenes in there, then that's your cup of tea. Not a Terrifier type of movie, like where it's really grotesque. But if you like horror movies and you want to trip out, that movie's pretty good. Jacques 42, how you doing, brother? Says Texans are scared. Yeah, the other big story is their running back. I put that on my Twitter post and my YouTube community post that their running back that is not going to play. He's on the IR, so he's going to be out the first 4 games, and so that's good news for us, not for them. That he's gonna be out. We want to play everybody at full at full nobody injured at full mass, so let's see. It's just unfortunate, but we know that well. because how many times have we had to sit out some players or put them on IR the last few years? So, but yeah, that's unfortunate for them. But we should be able to beat this team. Even if they did have them, I really think that we were going to beat them anyway. But you never know in the NFL, which is short for not for long. And but yes, indeed, that sucks for them though. It does suck. Here, let's see. I'm trying to set this up here. And there she is. There it is. There it is. There it is. So Adam Schefter says, breaking news, the Texans are not activating running back Joe Mixon. By Tuesday, 4th p.m. Eastern deadline, sources tell Adam Schefter, makes him ineligible to play at least the first 4 games. Wow. Due to an ankle injury, and he will be moved to reserve, not football injury. And so there you go. There you have it. That's something that the one less great player that we don't have to worry about, and so there you go. And says I'm muted, loud and clear. Thank you. I'm talking to Store. Let me look at it. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. And I didn't even do anything. It just came on by itself. Thank you, Brian Smith. I just noticed that you had put that in there. All right, let's see. Thank you. Rubio, horns motherfucking up, Ramley. Yes, indeed, baby. Yes, indeed. Brian Smith says, Chokers gang. Parsons, please, God, no. We would love to have him, right? We all understand that. I mean, Micah Parsons, because look, and he was just joking, but I think it's not going to happen, so I can say this. This man said, if you were to come to the Rams, I might have to get in game shape. He's in shape, but game shape is a little different, meaning you're able to withstand pushing on 3 human beings. They're trying to block you for a whole game. But can you imagine that? But it would be a magical season. I wouldn't put nothing past Les Snead and Sean McVay. Ruby says, F the Santa Clara 95ers of Set Castro Square. Love it. Go Doyers. Yeah, man. They took one away from the Padres, man. When they lost the first 2, I was like, man, get out of here, dude. Come on now. But hey, listen, they're getting themselves together. They're taking a long time coming to get themselves together. Now, the regular season helps to position yourself and stuff against the teams that you're playing. And, when it comes to the home field advantage and all that stuff, and you want to be right for the playoffs, you want to be hot at the right time. So that's what we need to do. We need to get guys hot at the right time, get some of our guys back, which they are coming back, and then just win the whole damn thing again. And, but like I said before, even if they were playing great ball the whole year, I don't care about the regular season so much. You have to do good in the regular season, but I want to be monsters in the postseason. I don't, when we used to be, there's Dodger fans, but we won 104 games, so we went out in the second round. I don't care, right? Rubio says, my Bay Area hatred is strong. Bryce Smith, Padres beat Seattle 4-1. Padres are on a tear now. You guys are funny. Jock 42 says Dolick and Paul Jr. made the team. I'm assuming that they held out Dolick because he made the team. There's nothing else to look at. There's nothing to see here. And Paul Jr., I think he took Reader's spot, and that's going to be Nate Landman, Sean Dolick, Paul Jr., and Omar Spates. I'd be surprised if Reeder's still there. I would be surprised because there's so many other tough, and there's some people that believe that Mumfield didn't make the squad. Now, I don't know about that because we've got a plethora, to take a word from the Three Amigos. We've got a plethora of good receivers on this team. We're full, but Mumfield is he's a little raw, but he's got some skill level. But then we got all these young guys, man. Look at Brennan Elvis Presley, coming down with the ball with three guys around him. He's shown sidelines, getting his feet together. Edwards coming down with the game winning catch. Xavier Smith doing his thing. OJ Willie Bowen's guy. There's just so many. I mean, we can have 10 receivers. If we try to stash them on the practice squad, they're going to be especially the team up north and our little brothers up north in Santa Claraville, the team that was last in profits. They're going to be chomping at the bit, boy. They're going to be chomping at the bit. I want to just show you guys something. Payo, how you doing, my brother? I just wanted to show you guys something. Hold on, let me show you guys something. I've known this for a little bit, but a lot of people didn't realize. And let's see, hold on. And I hate Bing. You know what? Bing is sorry. I switched my my search engine to Google because when you update it, switched it. Like they're things do. The apps and stuff and on a computer, they like to have a mind of their own. And I do not like Bing. I do not like it. So when I look for stuff on my phone, I have Google. It takes forever to find it. Hold on. I'm going to show you guys something. Here we go. Check this out. This is just to humor me, but I got to show you guys something. Let me show you something. Here we go. Share screen. So there was a report that came out that the Niners sold the most tickets out of every football team in the NFL. The most tickets, including the Cowboys and blah, 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 blah. I mean, what else is to do in Santa Clara except buy computers or, Silicon Valley, drive 42 miles out of the way to the Golden State Bridge. So let me show you this real quick. So look at here, all them tickets that they sold, right? Look at what it says there. Hold on, let me get it here. So our overview for the 2024 season, last season, the San Francisco Santa Clara Niners rank last, not just last in NFC West, last in NFL net profit earnings, approximately $80 million. To give you an idea, the Rams are like at something like almost either $300 million or $400 million profit. The Cowboys are like close to $600 million profit, maybe a little more than that. They're at $80 million. The team's low profit margin was attributed to high cash player costs during that period. However, the 49ers financial performance is complex and not complete picture of the franchise health. So what they do is, there's the league leading NFL net gate receipts 2024 generated 176 million. Da, 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 da. So basically, they sold all them tickets, but guess what? They rent that horrible stadium, Levi Stadium, from the Levi Stadium Authority Group. So they rent, so they got to pay the rent. And all the players, they paid Brock Purdy. They paid Fred Warner, played Trent Williams, paid Debo on his way out, paid Ayuk. Now Jennings, they all have their hand out. Please, sir. Please, sir. May I have another? May I have some more? So I just thought that I would bring that to you because, listen, if we beat them at Levi Stadium, aka SoFi North, you thought I was relentless now. Just imagine how I would be then. Because look, Right now they show clips of the Niners taking over other people's stadium. It's the biggest bandwagon fan base in America. I remember 2015 and 2016 when Levi Stadium was a ghost town. They didn't even sell out one game. As a matter of fact, there was fans defaulting on tickets. It was so bad that same authority, stadium authority, the Levi Stadium Authority Group, wanted to have the Niners change management because they felt that they weren't doing they weren't promoting the team good enough, and they weren't running the team good enough, because that's how they make profit, is by selling tickets. And so, oh goodness gracious, I just thought I would bring that to you, because a lot of people don't realize that once proud Niner franchise that is living off of what the name that they made 30 years ago is not the same franchise. They're not even in San Francisco no more. As a matter of fact, they're closer to San Jose. They're 42 miles away from the Golden State Bridge, and San Jose's closer. So I just thought I would bring that to your attention, because people, they see all them Niner fans, and they come to SoFi, and they spend all that jack so Stan Kroenke can pay more players and all that stuff, and God bless them, and then they go the next day to with the Dodger cap on. I just thought I would bring you. The Rams are the second most valuable franchise in the NFL, and they're in the top 3 or 5 in net profit margins. What does that mean? That means that Stan Kroenke, it's worth it for him to make the LA footprint, the empire, the LA empire, if you will, the Woodland Hills headquarters and training facility, spared no expense, like the guy from Jurassic Park. The SoFi surrounding areas. You already got the YouTube theater there. They're going to have restaurants and businesses all around. It's an amazing, huge footprint. And when Stan Kroenke is finished, it's going to be a Rams empire in Los Angeles. So I just thought I would bring that up to you guys, because a lot of these are things that have nothing to do with the ongoing players and stuff, but it has something to do with your company, with your franchise. The Rams have the the rights to promote the team in the 3 largest Asian countries for the next 5 years: South Korea, China, Japan. They already have Australia. They're going to host a game next year in Australia. Um, we already have in Mexico too, like along with other players. But it's going to be an amazing, amazing time. This is one of the best times to be a Ram fan, and we're lucky to have an owner like this to do all this stuff for us. Let's see. Let me catch up into the chat. I just wanted to show you that. Brian Smith says the McVay coaching window is closing soon. We don't have time to wait for Arch to develop. Well, I think that it was, if we get Arch, that would be something else. But I think they like one of the other quarterbacks. That was kind of like a smokescreen, because you were seeing rumors about Arch Manning. Les Snead has ties to Arch Manning. AMS, if they keep Reader after they cut Brennan Jackson, I'm going to be pissed. Yeah, man. Yeah. And it don't cost that much either. Let me get my guy in here. Hold on. Payo time. Appreciate my guy Payo time, my Canadian brother. If you haven't already, most of you guys here already know my guy Payo time. Rams Radar with Payo time. Great content creator, nice dude. And he's it's always a pleasure to have him in my chat, and I love checking out his content. Great content. He does the Rams. If you're looking for a Ram content creator who watches the games and streams it, not streams the games, but does the overview and has a score on the screen, and you guys can talk about it in the chat as things happen. I can't do stuff like that because I get pissed and I start cussing. So I love that my guy Payo time is much more mild than me, and I know that he's got some fire in him too. But I can't do that because I'll just be like, "What are you doing? Get to the damn ball already!" You should watch me when I'm doing the game, man, or I'll do stuff like this. Like, I like to do nicknames for people. I'm pretty good at it. So, Cody Schrader. The way he kind of hunched us over and the way he was running the ball, and it's just preseason, I know. But number 32, he reminded me of the running style. Not saying that he is him, but I started nicknaming him Cody the Juice Schrader, number 32, because he wears 32 like the Juice did, O.J. Simpson with the Bills. And so I kind of that running style, and so, but yeah, but yeah, so my guy Pale says, "Hey Rudy, caught you live. Great day to be alive. Yes, indeed. Even better to be a Rams fan." That's exactly right. Appreciate you, my guy. Pale time. I love you, brother. Appreciate you. Rebo says, "Pew pew." Bryce Smith says, Shredder and Kaylin Vlark are bad for sports. Too much drama surrounding them. Schrader. Shedeur. Yep, ASG final. I think I forgot to post that the final cut is tomorrow. They're announcing it tomorrow, Tuesday. Love it. Oh, Pale. If you're still here, I just want to know. I don't want to be political, but are you guys seeing tariffs on Rams gear in Canada? Have the prices gone up on that stuff? I'm just wondering because you would know. This damn Rams cap is $20 now. I mean, $50 now. It was $38. I was just wondering because it's crazy time. Brian Smith says 1 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow is the deadline for final cuts. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Rubio says SoFi Stadium, the house that Aaron Donald built. Love it. And my guy Pale Time says, question, do you think Cardi could make a 70-yard field goal? And do you think McVay would ever let him try in a game? Woo! I think he has in practice or pretty close to it. I think he has, but that's not a game. I think if you don't want to have a guy blow out his leg and something like that, but let's say we were trying to get in field goal position, and it's a team that we could probably handle. So and the clock is walking. The clock is it's like say it's halftime and the clock's winding down, and we line up for a field goal. I can see that, but it's tough because what if they block it? Or they something happens, something like that. I don't know, but yeah, I think he might have that range. I really like him. He's very accurate, and he's got a good leg. Lucy Falco says, hopefully Dolick makes the team. Yes, indeed. Bryce's Padres 4, Seattle 3-0. Let's go, Seattle. Rubio says, Rudy, coming through with the fire Marshall Bill quote. Let me show you something. Ducey Falco says, SoFi North. Did I say Sophia? I meant SoFi. We use that because they like to call SoFi. They like to call SoFi South. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah. So we use that because I'm confusing myself. They like to call the Niner fans meeting. They like to call SoFi Stadium SoFi South. So we call their stadium, aka Levi South. Excuse me, Levi Stadium, aka SoFi North. Sorry, screwed that up. Rubio says I think he could pay, but we'll see. Yep, I think so too. I think he could. Pale says, tackle that like button. Yes, guys, appreciate you guys. I forget to do it, so I'm just having a good time talking with you guys. Hit the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe. I forget. Come and hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you. I appreciate you guys as always. Oh, let me get Pales. I'm going to move around a little bit in the chat so I can catch up. Pale says, Rams gear is hard to get in Canada to begin with, but yeah, everything is more expensive, sadly. I figured that, man. I figured that. Hopefully everything will calm down. Brian Smith says, was color TV even around the last time the Niners won a chip? Hold on. Things that are not around since the last time the Niners won a chip: YouTube, laptops, DVDs or Blu-rays, Amazon, high-speed internet, 5G phones. Doozy Fokker says, yeah, everything is going up. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed it is. Robert McClendon says, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Yep. For the season. I wanted to let you guys know too. I think Stockton is out. I texted him a little late. So props to my guy Stockton. He hooked it up, and we're going to the roundtable NFC West roundtable show, and going to the game, the San Francisco Niners of Santa Claraville versus your defending NFC West champion, 13 yards away from hosting another NFC championship game, your Los Angeles Rams at SoFi Stadium, aka SoFly Stadium, aka the place where the Niner fans in the red jerseys got their nickname as they rode down the escalators, the Bang Bang Escalator Gang. A lot of history between the two teams, and it's always nice to get the last laugh. And we expect to have many more laughs this year. I'm already on record to saying that we're going to sweep them again. We're going to sweep them again, and I think that they're not even going to make the playoffs. I think that, if anything, it's going to be the Rams winning the division in a tough battle with Seattle, and Seattle's going to nudge them out. and then the Cardinals will be good, and then not so good, and they'll be better than they have been in the past. But they'll finish just behind the Niners, or if things go wrong with Santa Clara, and Brock Purdy craps the bed again in a contract year. He crapped last year. There was like 3 or 4 games in the fourth quarter where he could have made a difference, and he couldn't, because he's just not that kind of player. He's already over the ceiling of a 7th round pick. A 7th round pick had them in the Super Bowl, and so, but it took a MVP like season by CMC to get there. That's what people forget. It's not your fault that he's a teammate of yours, but people forget. Oh, look at all these stats at Brock. Yeah, but those are against teams that are nowhere near as good as the Niners. Whenever they play a team that's let's say it this way. Whenever they play a team that is as good as them and has an offense and has a pass rush, those stats aren't the same. When they play teams like their record's going to show now, but they're not the same team anymore with all the depth gone and all that. When they play teams that they're a lot better than, yeah, he's going to look like a right-handed Stephen Young. But all those stats, I call him the Brock Purdy stat padder, because he pads up all them stats. But when you need a difference maker, when you're down in the fourth quarter, you need that last second drive, and you got a Matthew Stafford on the bench right there. You got a let's see who. Let's just do it this way: Matthew Stafford, Lamar Jackson, Mahomes. Who else is in there? C.J. Stroud. If you have them on the bench and Brock Purdy is there, who are you gonna? Who's probably gonna be last to be picked to bring you back? Brock Purdy. Yeah. So I appreciate what he does. I like the kid. He's a golly gee Willikers type of guy. He tries hard, but he doesn't have the strongest arm, and he does what he can, and he's done very well in the pros. How weird that he didn't play like that in the college teams when he was in college, but in the pros he plays better. But I'm just going to tell you that I really think they're going to have a hard time over there, man. They're missing a lot of players. They're dropping like flies. Unfortunately, I feel bad for them. I'm not making fun of them having injuries, but it's going to be tough for them, even with the easier schedule. That's going to help them a little bit, but I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Rubio says wider Super Bowl wins were in the shoulder pad era. Let me see that Lombardi. Is that 10? Joe, check this out. So we you know, this is how much fun I have with the Niner fans. We go back and forth. I love it, man. You know, they're the most hated rival besides the Patriots, but the Patriots aren't in our division. So we're going back and forth, me and another Niner fan, and talk about the rings. You guys got Joe Montana has 5 rings. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have 5 rings. One of those rings, Steve Young won the Super Bowl. Oh, yeah. Well, so does Jerry Rice. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. He has 3. Oh, Steve Young has 5 rings. No, he doesn't. So I was just having fun. I was just like, 3 and 4 are great and amazing. But I was like, dude, they don't have 5 rings. They have multiple rings. So just, I was just having a good time, man. And I go also too. Joe Montana, all 4 of his rings came pre free agency era. So take that for what you wanted. Who knows? Maybe if it was the free agency era, maybe and Carol Rosenblum, the Rams' former owner, was still owner of the Rams. Maybe he would have put a bid in for Jerry Rice to come with Jim Everett and the crew to play with Flipper Anderson and Henry Eller. Brian Smith says, Puna Ford is the player I'm most excited about. He's an animal. Love Puna. Puna, we got Puna at the perfect time because he's playing with these guys. And you know when other guys can pull your weight, you don't have to be the guy. That's going to help you, man. That gives you more energy. That gives you energy to go all out because, you know, your brother has your back and they're actually good enough to have your back. It's going to be a rotation. And I like big Tyler Davis, number 90, reminds me of Sean Gilbert out there. Dude goes, yeah, Levi South, a.k.a. SoFi North. I got it. I blew it when I tried to explain it. I know that in the back of my hand, and I just oh boy. DC Falco says Brian Smith, give it time. Dolick may be another AD in the making. AD. Well, I think Dolick could be. And remember, one of my favorite old Rams players is, and he didn't play that long, and this is for older guys like me, OG Ram fans. If you guys remember, I brought this up before, the Bills linebacker that we got, now I'm going to forget. Hold on. Shane Conlon. Shane Conlon, he was like a calming influence. He was always around the ball, physical. But I like Nate Ladman. I didn't know much about him. The more I started reading about him, the more they talked about him in camp. He's a ball punching specialist. He's got a knack for punching the ball out of the ball carrier's hands. What did we need more of last year as a defense? Besides the sacks, we needed more turnovers. And so look at we fumbled twice. I'm getting my hands going. We fumbled twice against the Eagles. We lost both of those fumbles. Guess who else fumbled twice? The Eagles, but they got it back. It's just luck of the draw, luck of the Irish. You know, it is what it is. But if we have a linebacker out there that has a nose for the ball, he's going to get in way of, and other athletic linebackers, they're going to get in way of the running lanes for like a Saquon Barkley, so somebody can gang tackle or grab him by the jersey and then hang on and somebody else comes and cleans him up. Instead of going 40 yards for a touchdown, he's going to go 15, 16 yards and we'll grab him. Or he's going to go 8 yards and we'll bring him down. Or our guy, Nate Landman will punch the damn ball out and we'll get the ball right there. So I really like this team, man. Pale says, Brian, so stoked for week 3, especially. Love it, love it, love it. Love it, Pale. But yeah, so me and Stockton are going to be out there. The NFC West Roundtable show. Hope you guys can make it, and hopefully I can meet you guys there. I'll let you guys know where we're at. Stockton wants me to do a live feed from there, and it's gonna be a good time, man. I hopefully we'll see a blowout in the Rams' favor. Oh, I'm gonna love it, man. I'm gonna love it. Rubio says FedEx was still Federal Express the last time the Niners won anything. Let's get into a quick clip. Let's get into our coach. But before we get into that, let's give some love to the Georgia Bulldog, aka a bigger Brock Purdy with a stronger arm. I think he's going to prove a lot of people wrong by the time his career's done in Los Angeles. Here we go. Let's give a shout out to the Georgia Bulldog, Stetson Bennett, baby, signing a jersey over in Cleveland. And so there he is, the Georgia Bulldog. And yes, indeed, Robert Clinton. Larry Jackson is just about back Monday. He's going to be working out in all the drills and full practice for the first time. I cannot wait. Let's get into our coach, Shawnee McVay. Let's see. Right there, right on cue, baby. Take it away, Shawnee McVay, about Larry Jackson.
No, he's good. He's going to partake in next Monday's practice, Wednesday and Thursday, and then he'll just do the jog through stuff on Friday. So it's really cool. I think we've got a good plan in place. Again, that is something, whether you talk about Matthew's back or the thing with Alaric, that I certainly have never dealt with before. So I think that demands, flexibility, but we feel really good. I mean, he has put so much work in. I think he's handled it like a total stud. And I'm really happy for him that all things are pointing to him being ready to go and being able to manage this.
I like the way, listen, I love our coach, man. We're blessed. Let's all just remember something. We like to make fun of anything Niners, especially me. We understand that Kyle Shanahan, they're both buddies, Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay, and he's a great play caller. But I always said that, to me, he leaves a little bit to be desired in the style of coaching and some of the decisions that he makes compared to Sean McVay when it comes to his head coaching deal. But his play calling, is really great. Talking about Kyle Shanahan. What I love about Sean McVay is he is humble enough to fall on the sword, even when it's not his fault. Remember all the times he blamed himself in the media for the mishaps of Jared Goff as he's learning to be a quarterback with his growth stunning, development stunning because of the Jeff Fisher era. And I love how he calls everybody studs. He's really a stud. That guy's a stud. He props his players up. The players love him. And he's just got a good nature about him. I really love our coach, Sean McVay. We're so blessed to have him. A modern George Allen, a modern John Robinson, JR, Ray Malavasi. Amazing coach, man. This is, like I said this before, in 2021 and all the way through now. This is kind of corny, but just hear me out. You heard about the old myth, Camelot, and the Knights of the Round Table, the Rams of the Round Table. This is like Ram-a-lot. The kingdom is being built by Stan Kroenke. The LA Empire is being built all across Los Angeles, Inglewood, to the Hollywood Hills and the Rams headquarters in Woodland Hills. And the Les Snead, the Kevin Demoffs, all the great guys at the top of the list that are in charge of this team, the great head coaches. The coaching tree Sean McVay has, the guys that he brings in, the Ryan Wendell, the offensive line guru, Pantiar, our financial guru, hold on. It's a great time um, to be a Rams fan all the way through, uh, and uh, and we're not. I think we ain't done yet. So it's a great time. That's why I say. I mean, I know it's corny, but it just reminds me of that. It's a great time to be a Ram fan. Tony Pastore, right? Is that the guy's name? That's what I was looking for. I gotta tell you, Bing sucks, man. Hold on. Bing sucks. Anyway, so that's just my, Tony Pastores, I believe is his name. But I typed in his name and Google Bing gave me nothing. There, it's so horrible. I gotta go back into the settings and put Google in here. But I wanted to get his name pronounced right. But anyway, you guys get the hint. Pal says, when is it okay to make fun of the Cardinals again? Too soon for doing us a solid with the playoff game. To me, I feel like we have them the offseason after week one starts the new season. Yeah, that's a great comment, Pale, because we don't we all the way from the Kurt Warner being a Arizona Cardinal fan, what they did, and I want to say this too. Check this out. So we had those horrible fires in Southern California, right? And the only team that reached out to us was was the Arizona Cardinals. So we appreciate them, and also too, one of the reasons too is Sean McVay is something like 11-4. What? Let me see, Sean McVay versus Sean McVay versus the Arizona Cardinals. That's why we don't have any hate for the Cardinals, except that one time when they whipped our ass. Um, hold on. Remember in 2021 when they whipped our butts? Um, I hate being. Let's see. Bing sucks. Come on. There we go. Is that right? I thought they won like 4 games. It says here, this is Bing. Let's see. Los Angeles Rams head coach Sean McVay has owned Arizona Cardinals. His record against his NFC West division rival speaks for itself. Since taking over at the helm of the Rams in 2017, McVay is a whopping 9-1 against the Cardinals. Wow, I was thinking they had won a few more games than that. So, but yes, props to them. But my point though was this: there's in Southern California, there's a lot of Niner fans, right? There's a lot of Raider fans. We understand that the Rams were out of Los Angeles for 20 years. Okay. They were in St. Louis. Our St. Louis brothers and sisters, the Remelia St. Louis, much love to you guys. You guys are still our Remelia, our Ram family. It's not your fault where the team plays. It was always for us in Los Angeles when they went to St. Louis. It was loyalty over location. So don't feel left out. You are part of the Remelia and Ramley still. Now, I didn't see the Raiders in Las Vegas offering the Rams a helping hand, because there's a lot of people that were devastated from the fires in Southern California that are Raider fans. Reach out just because it's the Rams, but they might want to see a nice game. Get out of there. A lot of the people that are in Los Angeles have family in Las Vegas, or the Niners up the coast. They didn't reach out to say, I'm glad, thank God, who wants to play at Levi Stadium, aka SoFi North. But yeah, so the Arizona Cardinals are like our cool little brother. We want them to do well as long as it's not ahead of us. Ducey Farco says Whiters picked up a decent running back to replace CMC, so we will see. Yeah, Robinson is good. I tweeted to the Washington team, the same team that gave him Trent Williams, by the way, years ago. Stop sending them a lifeline, Washington Commanders. Stop sending them a lifeline, rather. Stop sending them a lifeline, meaning the 49ers. Didn't you learn from giving him Trent Williams? Oh, man. And then Garendo, they thought Garendo was going to be good, and he's not. Brian Smith says, I think Brock Purdy suffers another season-ending injury. Oof. That would suck. $53 million. Yeah, that would suck. I don't wish that on him, but he is, for a young guy, and he's a little guy, he's kind of fragile. Robert Clinton says, will Stafford start or his back will be okay? I hear Stafford is going to start, and he's going to be okay. He's stacking practices now. The black back could flare up, but I think he'll be fine. Rubio says, Dodgers want to know Page's hit at HR. Love it. Yep, I think Stafford will start as well. Doyers. Rubio says, us Ram fans know more about the Winers than their own fans. I like to stay informed because I like the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. They really haven't been a threat to us in a while. So whenever somebody brings up our main rival right now, which is the Niners, even when they were good though, the Seahawks, well, we would always beat them, even with Russell Wilson there, and then we had Jeff Fisher. Let's get another clip. There we go. Here's our guy, Shawnee McVay.
It was good. I thought he did a really nice job. I think, he did a good job in the run game. I think he can finish a little bit better on some of those things, and he knows that. We talked about it because I got a lot of confidence in him not to just be a receiving tight end, but a complete tight end.
Sorry, he's talking about Terrence Ferguson. Let me start this over.
It was good. I thought he did a really nice job. I think, he did a good job in the run game. I think he can finish a little bit better on some of those things, and he knows that. We talked about it because I got a lot of confidence in him not to just be a receiving tight end, but a complete tight end. And then in the receiving stuff, I thought it was cool. He ended up winning on the slot fade where we just missed him, then came back to it, ended up hitting him on that, and then the little bootleg where gets a good run after the catch. He's just kind of got a good feel, good tempo to his game. I thought he did well.
Terrence Ferguson's going to be a beast, man. I love Big Rig, but he's not as agile as he used to be, especially after the injuries and being in the NFL for a while. But this kid, Terrence Ferguson, he's our George Kittle. I'm just going to put it out like that. I'm not comparing him to George Kittle. George Kittle is one of the all-time greats, but he can do some of the production, some of the plays that George Kittle does. Turn it upfield, make some great grabs, almost like like another slot receiver. We just got to get the other stuff, the blocking, in the run game, just learn his craft. But the skill set is there. And then you have this quarterback, Matthew Stafford, put basically almost, I'll say it this way, and I don't mean to demean our players, putting lipstick on a pig. I mean, he makes players look better than they are, too, because the ball's right there. Look at OBJ. OBJ is not the same player. I remember tweeting when he went to the Ravens. There's a big difference between Matthew Stafford throwing to you and Lamar Jackson. And even though Lamar Jackson is like the MVP candidate for year in, year out, he's not Matthew Stafford. And they're two different players. But I remember, Matthew Stafford can get that ball right where you need it. Lamar Jackson has improved in his throwing, but he is nowhere, shape, or form the gunslinger than Matthew Stafford is. And sure enough, he didn't last there and in Miami either. I mean, who they got over there? Tua. Tua. There's not I mean, that Jamarcus Robinson, he had a great renaissance back with Matthew Stafford. He's a pretty good receiver. He went to the Niners. They love signing former Rams, and he's going to be out 3 games because of the DUI that he got with us. We'll put that on the back burner. Oh, by the way, Demarcus Robinson, we're not going to re-sign you, man. Yeah, tough. I'm sorry, man, but but good luck to you. And then the Niners signed him because they're desperately needing receivers, and he's a good receiver, but he's going to be out 3 games. And so, but yeah, he's going to have a little bit of a less, chance with Brock Purdy running for his life behind that line. And it's going to be a great season. I'm looking forward to us being a monster. Rubio says, verse reminds me, faster, stronger, more violent, Leonard Little. Ooh, Leonard, don't call me little. Jock 42, Bulldog Bennett, love it, love it. Touchdowns, LFG. Hey, Rudy, how you doing, brother? Appreciate you. I'm a little late in the chat. ESG says, what percentage of the crowd in SoFi will be Texan fans? It's going to be all Ram fans, man. There's going to be like 20% Texans fans. It's going to be a great first game. Rubio says, my wife calls McVay her boyfriend. I told her, cool, I just need a box seats to every single game. I like that one. Hold on, where's my clip? Where's my clip? There we go. I gotta stand up, man. That thing's killing my butt. 35%. It's gonna be around 20, 30. I think it's going to be a lot of Ram fans. In Snead we trust. Yes, indeed. Yep. Rubio says, when McVay retires, he will be the greatest Rams head coach of all time. He's already, did he pass John Robinson or did he tie him? I think he passed him, right? Because John Robinson was the Rams all-time winningest coach. I know he tied him, but I think he passed him too, right? John Baumer, how you doing? Rams lose coaches every year, and we're still competitive. Yep. DJ Photo, what up, familia? What's up, Rudy? Hope to see you again for opening day. Not opening day unless something changes, but I will be at the Niner game. I will be at the Niner game at SoFi Stadium. Love it. John Barber says, Rudy, how do you feel about the roster cuts? Man, I don't want to get rid of any of these guys that I like, man. I love Cody Schrader, but he's probably going to get cut. I love Cody Schrader. He's too similar to Blake Corum and Kyron Williams. It's too similar. And then Jarquez Hunter is the speed back. He really didn't get a chance to showcase it too much in the games, but he's the guy that can go to the house. So he's probably going to take the spot. And then the Rodney the Rivers Run Deep is probably going to get cut as well. And and then on the wide receiver side, man, I'm afraid for Mumfield. I really like Mumfield, man. You got Jordan Whittington and all them guys, man. Xavier Smith, he's also our kick returner, so you kind of move him notch up because he's valuable that way. We'll see, man. And all these teams are chomping at the bit to get our players too. Chomping at the bit. Sega B 16-bit. Let's go, Ramelia. Yes, indeed. Bryce Smith says, hit the like button. Ram that like button. Just ram it. Love it, guys. Ducey Fox says, 91 sounds about right. I thought it was, I know they beat us that one time in 2020, but that's the only time they beat us. I was thinking that they beat us. No, maybe it was the Seahawks I was thinking of. I thought they beat us like 3 times. 4 times at maximum over the years. But no, that's about right. That's why we have so much love for them. You're like, I like the Cardinals. Do I have that clip of the Cardinal fan? Let me see. Let's see. It might be on my other phone. That's why we have so much love for the Cardinals. It reminds me of that movie City Slickers. You got uh, Billy Crystal and and what's his name from SNL. I can't remember his name. So they're talking. And he's you never tell me you're proud of me. He says it to Billy Crystal, and he's for what? Oh man, let's see. I thought I had that. Maybe it's on my other laptop. It was just a cool clip of an Arizona Cardinal fan. Like, he went to the game because at the Cardinal Stadium. He was probably um, a season ticket holder or something, and he just happened to want to watch a game. And it was cool. He was like rooting us on, because LA had been through a lot with the fires and stuff, and dang, I wish I had it here so I could show you guys. But it was a really cool clip, and that's one of the reasons why that we have love for the Cardinals, because they haven't really hurt us. They haven't really hurt us. We've always beat them, except for that one year when they gave us a good pounding at SoFi Stadium. And no, I don't think I have it here. Darn it. Well, that sucks. That sucks. Well, let's do a random old school Ram clip of Monday Night Football, 1980.
Place has been sold out for the past 2 months. These two teams don't like one another. They never have. They present about as good a matchup as you can have in the National Football League.
Is there no sound?
Like
Can you guys hear sound? Here we are at Anaheim Stadium.
Must win tonight from their point of view. If they can, you know what it means. But
I don't see no value. Let's get rid of that clip. That sucks. That was a cool clip. I remember that clip. It must have when I queued it up. The sound must have went away. That's okay. Let's exchange that one for this old school clip and peek the helmet and the jersey. Vince Ferragamo. When Vince Ferragamo took over for Pat Hayden in the '79 Super Bowl, that's when I became a Ram fan. Vinny Ferragamo. Got that already. Second B says that we need to keep Kyron Williams fresh. Let him score in the red zone where we have had trouble in the past. Yes, indeed. Him, and also it's always better to run it in so you don't have to worry about getting it tipped up and intercepted. And but I think Terrence Ferguson is going to help out too. Love it, love it. Jock 42's St. Louis gear was cool. You like the blue and the gold? Hold on, somebody got here right now. Hold on, so my dog is gonna bark. Kyron Williams grew up in a Rams fan in St. Louis. Yeah, I remember him having a picture with the all-time Rams leading rusher Steven Jackson. Love it, love it, love it. So I still have gear from our St. Louis days. So do I. I got Sam Bradford, the white jersey. John Bauer says the reason we beat the Cardinals is they have a gnome for a quarterback. Juicy Falk says, this St. Louis talk, Marshall Falk needs more respect. Yes, Marshall Falk, baby. And isn't that something that the Rams won their Super Bowl, both Super Bowls, in Los Angeles Rams colors, the throwback to the Los Angeles Rams in 1999, and then the Rams colors again, Los Angeles Rams colors in 2021. They never won a Super Bowl wearing the St. Louis colors. Isn't that crazy? Even the NFL championships, they had the the blue and yellow old school jerseys, and the 1945 team I think did too. Tyler Higbee. Tyler Higbee's going to start. He'll be there on the first game. Bryce said Brennan Jackson was released earlier. I bet he refused to practice the practice squad. Excuse me. I bet he refused the practice squad spot. Jeff Barber says Matthew Stafford has 60,000 yards. He's going to be moving up the chart this year. Charlie Murray. Here, let me catch up. Stockton, there he is. I'm here. Where I missed Mule. We were just making fun of the Niners. We were talking about some of the cuts. We're looking forward to tomorrow when they're going to. My guy Peo came in. I let everybody know we're going to go to the round table and the SoFi game. Ruby says, play the Ramit song. And but thank you for coming in, brother. Appreciate you. Tanner Ingo, that's another guy that needs to make the cut. Love it, love it, love it. Let me catch up now. That's McClutchin. Who is he playing for now, Bill? Brian? Sorry, because I saw the replay of the Super Bowl when the Hawks passed it from the. Isn't that so? It's and it's allegedly because they didn't want to give Beast Mode the ball. Yep, that's so crazy, man. I was rooting for them, man. I was so rooting for them to beat the Patriots because I can't stand. If there was another team that I can't stand more than the Niners or as much as the Niners, that's the Patriots. That is the Patriots. Let's see. I don't know if you guys saw this clip. How much is this? No, that's not it. I'm going to show you this clip of this gal, the Brenda Ball. I love this chick. I just happen to see it here. I'm looking for something else, but let me just bring it to you. I love it. Hold on.
Okay, when the Rams called to offer me a job, I thought it was to be Chris Shula's assistant coach. It was not, but it is to announce the 2025 Rams schedule. So here we go. First, Houston comes to SoFi Stadium, and this time it's not for a Beyonce concert. Hopefully the Rams Texas hold them to 0 points. Beyonce, I would like 1 ticket, please. A viral clip on social media left lots laughing this week with local Tennessee residents playing a guessing game. Let's take a look.
The Flamin' Hot Teas?
Is that the team from Houston?
No, I got it. It's the Grand Rapid Tetons, yes.
Ooh, so close. Like 1 yard away from a touchdown as time expires to win the Super Bowl close. And now to field reporter Jared Verse for his feelings on Philadelphia. If I were to guess, the feeling is mutual. Thanks, Jared. The Colts mascot Blue, half man, half horse, full scary, has been suspended after taking a youth flag football game too seriously. However, the player personnel department liked what they saw and has invited Blue to training camp to help on special teams. Next up, the Niners. They've had a lot of roster turnover this season, but I'm here to remind you, it's not about the name on the back of the jersey. saw and has invited Blue to training camp to help on special teams. Next up, the Niners. They've had a lot of roster turnover this season, but I'm here to remind you, it's not about the name on the back of the jersey. It's knowing whoever wears the jersey is going to be annoying as hell. In 1996, a poll was conducted over the phone in Baltimore for ideas on what to call their NFL team. A record number of fans supported, you guessed it, a dark, moody bird, because nothing makes me think hard-nosed football like Edgar Allan Poe. The Rams joined the Jags in London this year. Here to give us
Oh, thank you. I didn't see that. I muted myself because the dog started barking. So what I was saying, thank you for that.
Duval in a British special teams.
Hold on.
Close. And now
Let me go back.
They've had a lot of.
What I was saying was, let me get this out of here. Thank you. I was saying, peep the bottom there where it says escalators operating at 100% for the Niners Thursday night football visit. Thank you. I had muted myself and I forgot to take it off because the dog started barking right now. So, but anyway, I'll let it play. Let me move it up a little bit.
Here to give us his best Duval in a British accent, Taryn Killam. Taryn?
Duval.
Then it's the bye week. No point to roast or break down. So here's a picture of Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua. Breaking news. There has finally been a ruling over the.
All right. That's enough of that. I just wanted to really show you the Niner one that was funny to me. And then my damn mic was muted. Oh, man. You got to love it. You got to love it. Let's see. Let's bring in one last clip from our coach. He says, I love how they are connected. I love how, let's see. He is saying, oh, it's cut off. Okay, let's just bring it to you. Here we go.
But I will say I feel really excited about this group. I love how connected they are. I love the way that they positively push one another. I've really enjoyed every single day with them. And they, it's easy to feel motivated and excited to come to work when you're like, man, I don't want to let these guys down, whether it's your players or your coaches, because you just love being around the group of people that you're working with. And there's a whole hell of a lot to be said for that.
So Coach McVay is stoked for the season to be starting. And the main thing is Larry Jackson and Matthew Stafford are looking like they're both going to play at game one. And so I like it. I love it. And all right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. I appreciate you guys. Love each one of you guys. For you guys that came in later, you can check out the replay. The announcement's coming tomorrow. For the 53-man roster. And Sean McVay was saying somewhere that he has it just about done. Guys were announced today that they were cut. You know, these guys here, and then if you missed it earlier, the Texans are going to be without their running back for the Rams game. He's going to be out for the first 4 games. It's a tough blow to them, and that's good for us. Joe Mixon's not going to play. They had to make him eligible by 4:00 Eastern time today, and which would have been 1:00 Pacific, and they didn't, so he's not going to play. So that's good news for us. You know, we'll see what happens. And 3-0 Dodgers. Love it. Kenny Smith says, Kenny Pickett to the Raiders. Stock says, Rudy Brown, Steve Abruptly. I've been on for a while. Ruben says, horns up, Romney. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys again on Wednesday, 7:05. Appreciate you guys. Love each one of you guys. As we always say, may the Vermillion be with you. And Remulators, mount up. We'll see you guys.